Here we have a new 2024 Chevrolet Tahoe. Now this one comes in the high country trim level with 4-wheel drive and the beautiful iridescent pearl tri-coat. And then we have the mocha leather interior. Powertrain consists of a 6.2 liter naturally aspirated V8 engine that's made it to a 10-speed automatic transmission. So not seeing a lot of big changes right off the bat compared to the 23, but let's go ahead and take a look. As we get to the front end here, we get that signature front fascia LED headlamps, LED daytime running lights. Love the look of the Tahoes. But I also, with the high country, love that kind of bronze grille, how it goes with the chrome. It just looks so sleek and sophisticated. And now over here we get 22-inch aluminum wheels. I'll show you the actual spec for that on the window sticker here momentarily. Passive keyless entry on all 4 doors. Power running boards are here. And then power door lock controls. We get 1 touch down express for the back windows, automatic up and down for the front. We have power folding side mirrors with blind spot monitors, memory seat functions. I love how they threw in that kind of faux wood grain trim there. It goes great with this mocha, and we have the jet black accents throughout, so I'll show you kind of where all that is. Premium Bose sound system. We get a full 4-wheel drive system, electronic parking brake, all of our safety features, heads-up display controls, trailer brake controller, power tilt and telescoping steering wheel. Hood releases there. And there's our power driver seat. I believe we get 4-way power lumbar with this one. So as you can see, it's black, kind of like on the roof line and a few of the accents, and then that mocha brown is what the actual leather is, and it looks so great. But I have this seat up front adjusted for someone of my size, being 6'3" with longer legs. But before we check out the rear seat room, let's look at some trailering features, or trailering figures, excuse me. Conventional trailer is 8,100 pounds towing. Max payload's 1,451. This does have the max trailering package on it. I think it's 7,700 with the standard. But I'm gonna adjust the seat as far back as it'll go. And then let's go ahead and hop in the back here. So legroom is pretty good. I'm gonna roll this window down so we get some light in here. We have the rear media system here. Hulu, YouTube, all this can be connected with the Wi-Fi hotspot. You also have 2 HDMI ports, so if you want to hook up an Xbox or something back here, you can, because you also get that 3-prong household plug-in down in there. Sorry for the lighting there. But USB-C charge ports on either side, 3-stage heated outboard seats, automatic climate controls are there. We can adjust the fan speed, temperature, set the auto mode, and set fan direction. And that's what the roof looks like with the sunshade. Just look at the back. We do get a USB-C charge port on either side with bottle holders. And there's a space behind myself. So great room in here, I think. We can hang a few hangers there. But let's go ahead and make our way towards the back. Now I feel like they didn't try and skimp out on here, but I'll show you why with this window sticker. But you all let me know in the comments if you see somewhere where GM tried to nickel and dime. And as I get to the back, I'm already seeing that. So we have the LED tail lamps with the actual bulbs. I don't believe those are LED. The brake light, turn signal, and the reverse light there. But quad exhaust, spare tire underneath. And then there's a space behind the 3rd row. We can power release the 2nd row or power fold the 3rd row down. Now to fold them flat, the seats up front have to be up just a tad. But I like that we can power fold them up too. Yeah, you can already see that there. Those are not LED, so. Okay then, but to the rear passenger side, there's a space there. We can fold these flat if we so choose to go with that 3rd row seat. Big shout out to Chevrolet Buick GMC of Murfreesboro for allowing me to review this Tahoe today. I'll leave a link below in the description, but you all can pause anywhere you need to take a look at this window sticker here. And you can see that that sticker price is $91,295 for this high country Tahoe. So again, you hate to see anybody nickeling and diming on this top trim SUV, but it is extremely nice. I will give them that. So here's our front passenger seat. Lockable glove compartment down here. And as we come back around to the front end here, we'll take a quick look in the engine bay to check out that 6.2 liter V8. So there's that, mostly covered up. I mean, the engine bay to me, especially just at first glance, looks identical to the one that you get in the 5.3 V8. But here we have the leather wrap steering wheel here. We can heat that, and I'll show you where the button is for that momentarily. Since this one has Super Cruise, we have the indicator there and then the sensor there to make sure you're paying attention. So that's where this looks different. There's the horn. To the screen, we do get this 10.2-inch Google Assistant screen. Gives you AM, FM, XM radio, Bluetooth audio, Google News, podcast, wireless CarPlay, wireless Android Auto compatibility. We also have the Google Maps system as well. That does require a subscription. And then with this one having the max trailering package, we are able to go through a light test, get side blind zone, all of that. I don't know why I did that. So I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, so to show this, I need to go to the guest trailer, which it won't let me do now. Anyways, I'll show that in a minute. But we do get dual zone automatic climate controls, which we can control from the screen or the buttons and knobs down here below. So fan speed can be adjusted, all of that. We also have 3-stage heated cooled seats, which can be adjusted. And there's that heated steering wheel toggle there. We can also turn the rear climate on or off or control the rear climate, and that'll pull up on the screen there. So there's the rear, and there's the front. Okay, now it'll let me go back. I thought. Well, this is annoying. I guess switch profiles over here. All right, so go to guest trailer, and this is where I can actually show you the lights, the cameras, all of that. When you have a trailer hooked up, you can fool with all that there. Backup cameras here, front cameras here. We have the curb side views there, bird's eye view to go with that bird's eye view to the left. So tons of different features there. And there's just a quick look at all of your menus. Now, windshield wiper control, or not windshield wiper, hazards are there, excuse me. And then the wireless charging pad is down here, USB-C, USB-A input, 12 volt behind here. Bottle holders, and the center console cubby space is there. And then all of these controls are for the third row power lift gate, and then these are for the sunroof. So that's to push the sunshade back. This is to slide the roof, tilt the roof, garage door transmitter. And then we have the LED dome lights there. Rear camera mirror, we can turn that on or off that way. So there is one touch sliding the roof back, goes all the way behind that second panel of glass. So pretty impressed by that. And then we can close the sunshade and the roof at the same time. Now vanity mirror here. There's a look at that. Back to the steering wheel. Behind on the left side, we can toggle radio station favorites or track list. And on the right side, volume up or down. Cruise control can be activated there. Adjust that speed, cancel. The gap adjust for the cruise or the forward collision alert, and then once applicable, we can apply that super cruise there, so that'll do your semi-autonomous drive there. Voice recognition, mute, and then the scroll bar and these arrows are to go through your gauge cluster here. So I can change my units of measurement in the options menu from US to metric. I can change what's on the info page options here. And then I can also change what's even being shown on the lower gauges. So I love this. One of my favorite things about this all digital gauge cluster, how we can adjust all of that. Now windshield wipers, fluid for the front, hit that button on the side. We do have automatic wipers, so one time off all of your levels for the intensity of the automatic wipers, low, high. And then we have our rear wiper here, off, intermittent, on, and then pull here or pull here for that rear wiper fluid. And for the heads up display, I'm gonna zoom in here. So you have different info options on what can be shown. I think it's like 4 different menus. We can adjust brightness and all of that. But push button starts here. Finally, if I can hold it right, here's the key fob with remote start. And next, let's go ahead and take this 2024 Tahoe High Country out on the road for a test drive. So starting the test drive in this Tahoe High Country, the 6.2 is definitely a bit more, well, it is a bit stronger than the 5.3, but just driving it around town normally, not really gonna notice a difference. But when you put your foot down, you definitely hear more of a roar from this powertrain, and it is a bit quicker. But we also have the magnetic ride control with this powertrain, or with this setup, excuse me, in the High Country trim, as opposed to just the smooth ride suspension we get. So we're gonna see, I just tested an LT a couple minutes ago, about 20 minutes ago, so I'm gonna see how that rides compared to this one. So it gets up to speed relatively quickly. I'm gonna try to test out the Super Cruise and then give it a pull on this 1 mile stretch, but where it's almost 4 o'clock, that probably won't be possible. Here's the pull here. So yeah, it gets up to speed very nicely. And I'm just gonna put on the Super Cruise for a split second here and then get right back over in my other lane. So when I turn it on, the indicator will come on here. So Super Cruise is now enabled. So lane centering, lane change, all of that is available. So it'll look for an opening, which I don't want it to do. But that just shows you kind of how it operates. A very, very, very intuitive system. I'll get over here, turn that off, and just set the cruise at 70. We're on a downhill incline here, but you can see the fuel economy numbers are right at 23 miles per gallon, pretty steadily. So you're supposed to get 18 EPA estimated. You'll probably get close to 20, depending on speed. But I mean, the ride quality with the magnetic ride control is fantastic. It's phenomenal, it really is. Very comfortable, very refined. And the Tahoe rides well as it is, but just having that extra level of comfort is so nice. Now, in terms of what you get for the money, I mean, this one is loaded out. You've got the Ultra View, or I shouldn't say Ultra View. You have the panoramic sunroof. You have the Google Assistant system, heated cooled seats, heated steering wheel, Super Cruise, among tons of other options. But for 10 grand more, you can get a Yukon Denali Ultimate. So one thing with the Yukon Denali Ultimates and then the Escalades, it's just easier to, I shouldn't say justify, but a lot of customers would rather probably pay that extra 10 grand. If you can afford a 90 grand SUV, you're probably not gonna think, oh yeah, 100 grand is too over budget though. But if you like the looks of this better, and I think in some ways this looks better inside and out than the Yukon, you can save yourself 10 grand and still pretty much be similarly equipped. The only thing you're missing is the massage seats that you get in the Yukon Denali Ultimate. And for $91,000, you might think, yeah, I need to have massage seats. I mean, I'm paying 6 figures for an SUV, might as well get everything. But again, I do think if you want, especially this one having the max trailering package, this being a Tahoe as opposed to the Yukon, and being a fully loaded Tahoe at that, this is about as good as you can get in a Tahoe. I do think there is a small segment of consumers that will come towards something like this. They don't necessarily want a Yukon Denali Ultimate. First of all, everybody that can afford a Yukon Denali Ultimate is getting one, but also they want something that's not too over the top. It just, this is not flashy. And I mean, it looks fantastic, but compared to a Denali Ultimate, I just feel like this is something that you drive if you want to be more under the radar, but you still want something that's extremely nice. It's probably the best way to put it. And Super Cruise, I think, is $2,700 now. So it's not cheap, but it's nice to have that. But final thoughts, I mean, it's a good SUV for the price, I think. It is very expensive, but you get quite a bit. And again, if you're not wanting to go over 6 figures, but you're wanting to get close and feel like you're driving something that's 6 figures, highly recommend taking a look at this 2024 Chevy Tahoe High Country.